Hello and welcome back to the Shoot 'em Up series with Playmaker in Unity from my Game Factory Tutorials YouTube channel. In the last tutorial we made a spaceship in Unity and our controls. Here you see it in the Playmaker. I show you. This was the last tutorial. And we have all we need. We have move left, move right and shooting. At this moment it is good enough. So now we want to make our spaceship shoot at enemies. So for this we goes into the shooting state and make action create object. Here it is. As a game object we need a bullet object. We make in Unity. I make a sphere, scaled it down and name it bullet. Drag and drop it to the game object, and spawn point is our gun from our spaceship. And now I want to make the position to move the position 1 point up, because the origin of this pivot is in the center of the gun. And I want to make this pivot a little bit up. So I made 1. I save the object in a variable, but we doesn't need it at this moment. But if you want to make the tutorial like me, you must make a global variable and named it bullet object as a game object. So then go back to your state and store object in global's bullet object. So if I click now the space button, you see it will appear a sphere. And in my case it looks really good because it spawned direct in this position I want. Now I make a brief app. Create a new folder, brief app, in the asset store, in the asset window, and click on bullet, right click on FSM, make a bullet, click on FSM, and here you see we want to make we have a brief app and we want to edit this brief app. The first state is it's move bullet, and in this state we use the itween move add. I chosen this specific game object. Clicked on the button on the right and chose global's bullet object. This is one option, but we also can use owner. So it moves in the y-axis 10 points up. Make a new event, destroy me or myself. So the bullet will disappear if he reached his position. Finish state, destroy myself. Now we checked the real time and unchecked stop on exit. and make a new state. Destroy me, we named it. Add transition, destroy myself, connected to destroy me, and now you see nothing will happen with this bullet clone because we doesn't have. Okay. Yes, that is what I mean. You can use owner. And here you see it doesn't destroy itself because we doesn't have action for it. So go back to destroy me and add destroy self. So this is the next error. Delete this bullet on your hierarchy and use the bullet brief app. Click on the circle and as it use the bullet. This bullet in your prefab folder. Now you can shoot. And your bullets will be destroyed if you reached his position. So your scene will not be overloaded with bullet objects. Now we must click on the bullet brief app. Go to the inspector tab and then click edit FSM on the Playmaker state. Add a new state. Enemy. Yeah, sorry, destroy enemy. Make an event, enemy hit. Or hit enemy, if you want to. Add this to move bullet. Connected it to destroy enemy. Add a component on the bullet. And we need a rigid body. Use gravity be unchecked. So collision event, we make the move bullet, and if the bullet collides with enemy with attack enemy. Now we want to make for this little test an enemy. It's only a cube. Oh, perfect. Move it a little bit. Yeah, yes, it's okay. Named it enemy, and now shows the tag enemy. But first you must add the tag. Collide tag on the collision event, we use the collide tag and send event hit enemy, and we must store the collider in the game object enemy. Store it in enemy, and then we use destroy self for the bullet, and destroy object we used now the variables. Click on the right button and use enemy. We shoot some bullets. Now we shoot at the enemy, it disappears, and you have now killed enemy. Add a new transition if it is finished. No, don't add it. It's false. Yeah, in my English, in my German tutorials, I explained a little bit more, but in English, I have no real idea what it means in English. Here you need variable points because we want to add some points, but we doesn't need a new state. This is false. With new state, it doesn't work correct. The add points, this one with int add, we must add it in the destroy enemy. You see it a little bit later. Now we make a little points menu. Game object create empty, and a new Playmaker state points menu. Make a little button, sorry, a little box. And as a text, we want to use our points. So the first thing we must do is convert int to string, and our int variable is a global variable, that means points. And for this we need a string, points, string. Convert the global's points to point string. So now we can make our GUI box. Use point string, and the GUI box I want 10 persons from left and 10 persons from top, with a width of 10% and a height of 5 persons. So now we can look at it. It's okay, here's our points box, and you see nothing will happen. This is the error I mean. Yes, convert into string must be also every frame. Then go to your bullet and you must make this. I told you before, you must add points in this destroy event state. And add above destroy object and above destroy self. Add 5 points, then destroy the object and myself. So I shoot at it, and you see here are 5 points for shooting an enemy. So we have now a really little game. We can play with it. Format I use Punkte and nothing will happen. You must add some zeros. Like this. Add some enemies with Control D, duplicate it, and position it to test our system. You see it works really fine. And now we have 20 points. We have now a playable game, only made with Playmaker. I think it's really good, but now we have one problem. This is a problem, I mean. You can shoot, you can move, and so on. And this looks really bad. And this is really bad. So go to your main camera, Playmaker. And make a variable to check if the menu opened or closed. For this variable we need a bool variable and a global variable. Then go to actions and shows bool. Set bool value. Globals is in many bool value is false. Copy it and paste it in the open menu. And there you set it to true. Go to a spaceship and make a new state. Okay, here we also can make it really easy with scale time. You see it? But I doesn't want it. Because if you use the scale time, you cannot use any effects anymore. So I use my own pause script or Playmaker transition. Then I can make some effects in the pause menu or some other menus or some other effects. So we doesn't need the scale time. I want it so with checked if it's in many. So I use is in many as event. Add state, pause, make a global transition, and that means if it's in pause, nothing will happen because it is not connected to move left, shoot, check input, or move right at this moment. But we must connect it to the check input, because if you pressed escape to get out of the pause modus, we must check our input. So make a bool test. This is false. No, sorry, it's not false. Make a bool test and check if it's true, and makes this in every state. Then he must go to pause. So if I click this, I make pause, and you see nothing will happen if I go back to my game. Make a bool test on the pause menu. Is it false? That means if you are out of the menu, it goes back to check input. Make event pause end. And connected it to check input. Every frame. And here you see it works really fine. But now you can shoot, press pause, and you see the bullet will fly away. This is the next thing we want to fix. But for this time, the tutorial reached his time. It is enough for now, for today. And I hope we see us later. So, we have made a real little game with Playmaker. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you understand it, because my English is really bad. I must say it again. Sorry for that. So, see you later. Bye.